We're 15 minutes away. 15 minutes from the 2026 NFL Draft kicking off. Lock in. Let's get set. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Your watch party begins in 30 seconds. And a very good evening, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all to an STT Sports Network exclusive, the 2026 NFL Draft Watch Party Round 1. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share button, wherever you're watching. Anybody watching on Twitter, head on over to the YouTube page. Would greatly, greatly appreciate the follow over there, guys. We're going to be jam-packed. We're going to be locked in here until the Eagles pick. Whether it's at pick 30 or somewhere else in the draft, whether they trade up or trade down, we'll be here till the Eagles make their selection. And then overreact to that selection very much so. Guys, I'm Phil Stiefel. Like, share, subscribe. Good evening, Robert. How we doing this evening? Eagles need a safety. Yeah, I mean, the Toledo safety, there's a possibility there. We'll see. Well, that's a terrible sister-in-law if they're a Jets fan. That is for sure. Anyway, guys, we are about 10, 12 minutes away from the draft starting. 10, 12 minutes away until Fernando Mendoza becomes the number 1 overall pick. He is not there in Pittsburgh tonight, but we'll see about 17 other kids out there. National anthem's going on now. Let's enjoy that. What will the Eagles do? How long will we have to wait? That is the question of the night. Look at the crowd there in Pittsburgh. There are a lot of people in Pittsburgh. A lot of people in Pittsburgh. That is a complex there that got set up. She's got a hell of a voice. Whoever she is. Sea of humanity. Anyway, what are we going to do here? The chopper's going overhead. What will be the Eagles' selection? That is the question. Will they stay put? Will they jump up? What are they going to do? I have no idea at this point. There are so many reports floating around. The Jonathan Grenard reports are floating again as well. We're going to find out. Not sure. Not sure what will happen. But I see a lot of trades happening tonight. Overall. Not just with the Eagles. Trades all over the place happening. Right now, 83% of the people that have voted on our poll question say the Eagles will be trading up. And I would like that. Not just because I want to go to bed earlier. But it's good, AK. How we doing tonight? Are you ready to see what happens here tonight? I have no clue at this point. I've run 4,000 mock drafts. I've read every article, followed every podcast. I have no idea what to expect tonight. Literally none. They could stay put. They could trade up. They could trade back. Latest reports are trying to get 2 picks in the first round. Trade back into the first round. I don't know what to think about this. But I do know it starts in 10 minutes. Do you want to come in, AK? I send you the link. Send me a DM on Twitter. I forget when the last time I DM'd you, so I don't have to look for it. I'll send you a link. Steven will be joining me, my golf partner, and Jason, my golf partner, who's from Detroit. We'll be popping in at some point. If you want to jump in, You let me know. I'll send you the link, my man. Eagles should trade up. Robert, they should. They should. Get the guy they want. It'd be good. We'll see. I still stand by it. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I think Keldrick Falk is the play. Might not happen, but it should. Eagles should let the clock expire. Has that ever happened? Marshawn, what's up, bud? Has it ever happened that a clock has expired? Has it? What happens in that scenario? I'm actually kind of curious now. Now I want that to happen because I don't know what would happen in that scenario. They only got 8 minutes instead of 10 minutes per pick tonight, which is interesting. I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. Interesting. I want to know what happens if your clock expires. Do you just get the NFL's next best player? Just set it on auto draft? Like people do in fantasy football leagues? That would be kind of comical, honestly. It really would. Thought Chip let it happen, but he actually traded back and reached for outside linebacker. Yeah, I don't remember that. I'm not remembering that situation or scenario. I don't. I ain't going to lie. Don't remember it. Interesting. I don't even remember what draft you're talking about. When did he draft an outside linebacker? Bearded knowledge. Really, really curious how this is going to play out. Williams something? I don't remember. I got to look it up. That would be like 2014 NFL draft. Maybe. Let's see. 2014. I don't know. I'm just going to start with 14. Marcus Smith. That's right. The Louisville guy. The Louisville guy. If that's the same one. That would be the, he ended up having some mental health issues. I think he tried to commit suicide, actually. They need to draft a couple offensive linemen, Robert, over the course of the draft. It's not a requirement to draft one tonight. I know everybody wants Lane Johnson's replacement tonight. I think it might be a reach. I trust Brian Baldinger, and Brian Baldinger has said multiple times, that this is not the class to replace Lane Johnson. So I don't know if I agree with that philosophy. I would actually be okay with the Eagles just trading the pick and getting out of the draft, first round. I'll stay active on Twitter. See if I see any rumors for trades or anything pop up. Mike Vrabel. Deanna Rossini did delete our Twitter account today, by the way. Always funny to see that happen. More and more pictures of them. Will the Raiders wait the full 8 minutes to make their selection? We know it's going to be Mendoza, but do they wait? That's what really annoys me in the draft process. Like, we know Mendoza's won. It should be The draft begins. Ding, ding, ding. And they bring up that slip right away. Do we think Mendoza will be a good NFL quarterback? That's another question right there. And I don't know that's what the answer is to that one. Got the Jets at 2-16 and the Giants at 5-10. 4 New York picks in the first 12 picks. It's interesting. Giants are set up, man. They are. Gotcha, bud. What's up, Elvin? How we doing tonight? I'll send you a link in a little bit uncensored. Yes, the Phillies suck ass. They absolutely suck ass. No doubt about it. People actually thought they were going to win tonight. You know what's funny about the Phillies elephant in the room? I made a joke on Twitter. The Phillies should hire Larry Boa to be their manager to shake things up. I know Larry Boa's 80 years old or whatever. I know he's too old for it. But seriously, everybody thought I was serious. But they do need something to wake their asses up. Come on, let's get this draft underway. I'm ready to start seeing these picks come in. What's Mendoza's ceiling and floor in the NFL, the number 1 overall pick? The Raiders seem to be doing things the right way under Tom Brady's new ownership partnership. I'm really curious to see how Mendoza going to the Raiders, Tom Brady being there, etc., how that plays out, what his career is going to be like. They made some very smart decisions so far in the offseason. We'll see how it plays out. I still want the Eagles. Still want the Eagles to trade for Max Crosby. Yeah, Pump Man, I mean, it makes sense. But also, is there a sure thing on the offensive line? I don't know. I don't know if there's a sure thing on the offensive line. I would like to see them just lock into somebody, but man, it'll be very hard to not go edge, Pump, with that first pick. If you could get Falk. You know me, I've been saying Max Crosby or Trey Hendrickson or Myles Garrett or any of those elite edge rushers for 2 years now. I have. See, I disagree. I think every one of the ones that we can get has questions. Okay? Proctor has questions. Freeling has questions. They all have questions. I trust Brian Baldinger. He says there is no Lane Johnson replacement in this year's draft class. There's no great anything this year, Pump Man. I already said it multiple times this week on the show. They're going to take maximum of 6 players this week. Maybe less than 6 players this weekend. They're going to push as much as they can to get one specific guy here or there or into next year's draft class. O-line first 3 picks. You don't want a double dip. You want a triple dip. We're not just double dipping on the O-line. We're triple dipping. Gotcha. Safeties and tight ends look good. Yeah, I think there's some value at safety in the 3rd and 4th round. Emmanuel, I mean, sure, if you want to get the guy from Toledo. I wasn't fond of the idea Kendrick Sadiq. He falls to 23. I'd be shocked if Howie picked a tight end, but I wouldn't cry about the pick. I think wide receiver is in play in the 1st or 2nd round for sure. Well, I want them to trade up to get whoever they think the best players. I don't want to mess around. I also think Howie's just going to let it play out till 23 and just take the best player available. That's it. No matter who that is. They start at 8 o'clock. We'll put them on the clock here in a minute or two. I'm trying to do the timing in my head. 8 minutes a pick. Not every single round their team will take the full 8 minutes. Eagles pick at 23. Somebody do the math. When will the Eagles be picking? What time? Fernando Mendoza. Where would Fernando Mendoza get picked in other draft classes? I don't think he'd be the number 1 pick other years. I don't. All right. Looks like they're about to say Raiders on the clock. Let's hear that booing for Goodell here. How loud will the boos be? Oh, they're loud. Even with the turtle towel. Hear all the F Flyers comments earlier in the night from the live crowd. A lot of bitter Penguins fans out there. Why would you be a Bengals fan at the draft? You traded your pick for Dexter Lawrence. I don't think they got 2. You could do better than that. Is that right? Taunting them. Man, it sucks to be a Bengals fan, and they're not a single player there at the draft. Wow. And there's my main man.
Yo, what's going on?
Wentez. Are you ready for this draft to get started?
I'm ready. I was trying to time it to get here right when it kicked off. So here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So the question is, first pick is the Raiders. Fernando Mendoza is going to go. What kind of quarterback is Fernando Mendoza going to be? You saw him play. You know, you watch college football. They played against your Ohio State Buckeyes. I only saw 2 games all year, and one was against Ohio State. What kind of quarterback do you think he's going to be for the Raiders?
Coachable.
I like that word.
Isn't the one thing that I think he might have a hard time translating to the NFL is maybe like the command of a huddle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that he's going to have his teammates, respect, and he's going to have the likability, but that's only going to go so far in the NFL when you're down 14-0 halfway through the first quarter, and you got grown-ass men who are going to be looking at you going, hey, what are we doing? We're down 14-0, So I think those are going to be where the learning curves from college to the NFL are going to be. But he's got all the mechanics. He's got all the, quarterback. He's got the height. He's got the size. He's got the arm strength.
You're missing one of the key thing that he's got. Who's his boss?
Yeah.
Tom Brady. I mean, you got the greatest quarterback of all time. I mean, I was one of the guys signing your paychecks. I mean, what better place to learn all the things you said that could maybe hamper him than go into a team that's owned by the GOAT, right? So I kind of think I think the Raiders are having a great offseason overall. Not just because of Nakobe Dean going there, but they seem to be making a lot of smart decisions. I think they're setting him up for success to start.
Which, like, you look at teams like, I was commenting on the show a few days ago about, John Harbaugh.
Right.
You're looking at teams that, like the Giants, like the Raiders, who have a history of, when it comes to management, when it comes to drafting, not picking the right players, not having the right not making the right deals, being on the shit end of the stick, when it comes to the deals and stuff like that. But, you look at what the Giants were able to pull off with the Bengals. You look at what you just said, the Raiders in the offseason that they have just had. And you look at who's, in charge of this. It could just be, times are changing for some of these franchises, except for the Jets. Jets just seem like that'll be
the Bengals. I mean, come on,
never.
The Bengals.
Yeah.
I just saw a dude in a Bengals jersey in the crowd. I'm like, it's got to suck. You book tickets, you fly well, it's not a fly. I think you can take a few hour drive. You go down there for the draft, and your team trades the pick away for Dexter Lawrence. Now, not a knock on Dexter Lawrence, but I think it was a massive overpay, obviously. I couldn't imagine being there right now knowing my team is 100% not got a pick. There's another
Bengals. Close to the draft.
Jerseys there. Will the Raiders take
it took too long. It took too long to get them on the clock.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I mean, if this takes a full 8 minutes, I'm literally going to cry. I'm going to literally, just so you know, I'm going to spend a lot of time bitching and moaning about how long this shit takes tonight.
I mean, for these sort of picks, it has to be, we got to get the commercials in. We got to get, if there is even going to be that many in between now, that's the only thing that I can think that, because the pick is in. It is written out. Yeah. Whoever needs to have it has it. The jersey's already been printed. The only reason is for this right here, for Schefter, for all the reporting, all the, these moments, looking at the family. We could have already been on the second pick by now.
Because the Raiders already know what they're doing. The Jets should already know what they're doing too, because they technically have been on the clock this whole entire time. You know what I mean? Like, first two picks should be over in 3 minutes right now. I mean, as Robert said a few moments ago in the chat, too much talking. Just get started. I mean, I think that's his third comment like that. They're taking too long to start this. I mean, it's right. I hate it. But I got it. I understand why. What do you think of the last comment from Mista a few moments ago? Brian Baldinger has been doing the rounds this week, talking down the offensive line, not just Proctor, the offensive draft class as a whole. Everybody on the Eagles fandom has a different guy they want, whether it's Proctor, whether it's Einecker, or any of these Freeland, whichever one they want. But Baldinger's been doing the rounds saying that this is not the year to replace Lane Johnson.
Proctor's a big dude. A big dude. Just even out of the pads. Even out of the pads. When he just walked on the stage, when they were, the few players that did come to the draft, he's one of them. When he walked out there, he was like, holy hell. I think these guys are, look at where he's coming from. He's coming from a school like Alabama. Look at how many drafts now have the Eagles and, other teams strictly gone to just sticking to a NFL made, run college program like Georgia, like Alabama, the Ohio States, the Michigans, unfortunately, of the world. They are a brand of their own, where when those guys go to practice, it's being run the same way it's going to be in 3 or 4 years for some of those guys on Sundays, so I think these guys, I'm with Mr. I think these guys are going to come in and
my only downside, I'm going to get to Mr.'s other comment in a second, but the only reason why I'm down on Proctor is because of the maturity issue. He does have a weight issue, they said, and that comes from maturity. But obviously we figured that out with Jordan Davis. Like, it took 2 years, but Jordan Davis figured it out here with this coaching staff. I know a lot of people don't like my opinion on getting Max Crosby. I know Max Crosby is coming off an injury. He was healthy before that. I just think edge rusher is the biggest need on this team right now. And I would rather get a sure thing as we are heading into another year where we're supposed to win a Super Bowl or compete for a Super Bowl. I'd much rather Max Crosby than I would anybody else that you could get. Yeah, Danny Dennis, Sutton, or whatever sounds good. Some of these guys sound good. But, man, You go get Max Crosby, who will be healthy for, week one. That's what I would do. I know it won't happen, but I want Howie to make a big, bold move to get us back to that Super Bowl. And yeah, whatever. I don't like the idea. I don't know about you. I know everybody's talked about it. That Jonathan Grenard is back on the table today, has been talked about. What's up, Adam? That he's back in the cards. The thing with that, you're going to cost you a third-round pick to trade for Jonathan Grenard, right? You're going to have to pay him $28 million a year in an extension. He's coming off a massive drop-off in production. Why wouldn't you go for Max Crosby? Or why wouldn't you go for Keldrick Falk in the first round? Like, I don't understand the love affair with Jonathan Grenard, who had one good year, really, in 2024, and then had, like, a third of the amount of sacks last year. And he played 15 games last year. So I don't understand the love affair with a guy that you've got to pay. You already balked at paying Jalen Phillips the same amount of money. Well, Grenard maybe not as better than him. Like, I don't understand what fans are thinking with this edge class.
I'm on the okay for Crosby. I think if they do it, it's got to be for Crosby or Garrett. And here's my thing with it, right? It's a win now move, right? Your roster, even with or without AJ, in both scenarios, this roster is built to win now, right?
Absolutely.
It's young enough. It's now coming in. I think next season for sure, there's going to be a little bit more veteran presence in the locker room in the sense of what they went through last year, right? If you were in that locker room last year and you're going to be in it for 2026, you got a little bit of a veteran stripe on you for dealing with the stupid shit that they dealt with last season and still being a playoff team nonetheless, right? So Crosby gets you as, if not the top contender to win the Super Bowl right away, right? But also the way Howie drafts and the way that they, he's going to find a diamond in the rough in the draft, somewhere, somehow. If they're able to go find an edge later on in the draft in 6 or 7, in the 5th round, or maybe Crosby can help develop some of the other guys who are there. I don't know. I wouldn't be like opposed to it at all.
I mean, he's injured. I mean, I know he's coming off an ACL, but he's fine. All medical reports say he's fine. The Ravens didn't back out of that trade because of the medical. They backed out because they got scared. They realized they overpaid for him. And financially, it doesn't change anything, really. So I'm all for it. I want the dude. I do. I want them to make a big, bold move. I do. Because of everything you just said. They're in the Super Bowl. Now, Myles Garrett, I would love Myles Garrett. Problem is, I've run the numbers. The Myles Garrett numbers don't work. Even with
Myles Garrett.
Even with the cap wizardry of Howie Roseman, I mean, he's signed through 2030, and I think 2029 and 2030 are like $70 million dead cap hits. Or not dead cap hits straight up. So that's not likely, Oh, my God, really? Wow. I had no idea.
Jason, or getting Myles Garrett is like, trading in your car and getting the premium package, the car that has all the bells and whistles, right?
Yeah.
Where Crosby has everything, but he's got a sunroof, but it's not quite the moon roof. He's got the nice tires, but not quite the rims that come on the. Where I'm still cool with driving in that. I'm still cool driving that car. You know what I mean?
I drove a lot worse cars than that when I was growing up. All right, my first 2 cars caught on fire when I was a kid. They were so bad.
So, that's tough.
Yeah.
Question. How many of the jokes is Mendoza not going to get in the locker room? Like, his family just looks so wholesome, like that they don't really have, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know what you were saying.
Barstool sort of jokes. You know what I mean? There's going to be some jokes in the locker room that get thrown around where Mendoza's going to like lean over to someone and be like, "What's he talking about?" And
Dude, I don't know.
He's just so sheltered.
I don't know if this is true. I saw literally like an hour ago a picture of him building Legos. I don't know if that was AI generated. It was like a Lord of the Rings Lego set of like the castle from the Return of the King. Like, Like, he was building it. And I don't know if it was true or not. I'm like, now that you're making that joke about it, I'm like, yeah, he strikes me as a, yeah. I think that says it all.
When I was watching their, after he got picked and the announcement came and he's going around, even just the living room in the family, it was just so, bland, sort of deal. Like, they don't do frosted flakes. They just do, the corn flakes sort of deal at that house.
Yeah, not Honey Nut Cheerios, regular Cheerios. I don't think they Cheerios. I really don't think they balked because of the medical. I think they realized they overpaid. It's not going to take 2 first rounds to get Max Crosby. Maybe a first and a third. But you might be able to get him just for a first, honestly. Like, seriously. Oh, man.
What's up on your screen?
We're gonna wire somebody in through my phone here. What's up? You're live on the air, Connor. Okay, we're podcasting.
Oh, what's up, Connor?
Yeah. What's up, buddy? Who are the Eagles going to draft? Oh, he hung up on me. Nope. he hung up. He hung up 3 times on me just there. I think Connor got a little camera shy there at the last second. Oh, man. Let's get – look, I'm on board, Adam. I am. Adam knows Mendoza's the nicest guy known to man. I want him to marry my sister. He is the guy you want. That's the guy Dad wants you to bring home. If you have – like, you're dad, right, Steven? A girl dad. You want your daughter to bring home Mendoza, don't you? Not because he's making $500 million, but because he's a good, wholesome person, right?
Holding the door open, pulling the chair out. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. All that stuff.
What's the trick in the Bronx Tale? He probably unlocks the door for somebody, right? What's the door unlock trick from the Bronx Tale? Here we go.
What?
Oh my God, Connor.
Where are you at in on the screen? What's
Jets pick is in. So what's up, Connor?
Who's Mel's best available for you?
Mel's would be hold on, I got to go to that screen here. That would be a Reese from Ohio State is listed as best available.
Okay.
So here they go. Hold on, Connor. We'll get you on the air in a second.
Okay, so we're synced up pretty exact.
They went with Bailey with the second pick. David Bailey, edge, Texas Tech. I really thought Reese would go second there from Ohio State, but Bailey it is.
But you see, like, these are the sort of picks where, I didn't expect the Jets to go there. So now it's all right. The phone calls start going.
Yep. Hang on 1 second. Connor, who do you think the Eagles should draft? Why not? What, are you watching Sixers basketball? Come on.
And I've been watching the depressing.
Connor knows what's up.
Yeah, and the depressing Phillies. I like that. All right, well, we're live. You should get your laptop out and just watch this show instead of the TV. No, I'm not. I'm live streaming right now. Then I'll be here all night tonight. So not tomorrow. What? No, I'm not probably going to watch the Sixers game. Who cares about the Sixers? Sixers are over. Does anybody out there want to watch the Sixers game? Come on now. Yeah, they got lucky in the other game. It's draft night, and we're talking Sixers basketball? I'm live on the air. You're live on the air, and you want to talk Sixers basketball on draft night. Yeah, the Raiders selected, the Jets selected. Now the Cardinals are on the clock. All right, I'm going to hang up so I can get back to this stream, okay? Yep. Sorry.
Do you think because of the lack of talent, when it comes to this draft class, it not being such a strong draft class, that's why a lot of these guys stayed home?
I don't know. I've been talking about this for like a week now on the show. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's because it's Pittsburgh and nobody wants to hang out in Pittsburgh. I also think it is because of so many guys have been at the draft room and slipped, and then they look embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like, some of that stuff I think plays into it. I love this comment from Adam. Is Mendoza's Scheffler of golf. The good, wholesome boy. It's possible. I like that comparison.
Yeah.
I do. I do like that comparison a lot. Kids today don't know the pain and agony of living in a different state and missing all your favorite team's games. No, they do not. They do not. What is taking the Cardinals so long now? Let's go. These 8 minutes don't go fast enough.
These guys, they think that everyone thinks who's going to get picked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's when it doesn't happen, it's all right. Where's our draft board for if it doesn't happen? Pull that one out and let's, go through that real quick. What's going on, Robert?
Absolutely agree with you. My favorite part is honestly is seeing how they all dress and stuff like that. Obviously I couldn't pull off half these outfits and all, but some of them dress real classy. Some of them dress a little over the top for my opinions, but I really enjoy seeing what they're rocking out there. I do. Did you hear the crowd earlier with the F the Flyers chants going on?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it was in the pregame show. You can hear behind like Greeny and stuff like that. You can hear a lot of F the Flyers. I don't think they were saying F. I think they were sounding the full word out, which I don't know why I'm not saying the word. I've said the F word how many times, but yeah. Maybe this is
okay. So then what? Saturday?
The draft right here.
Saturday, whoever's coming out to call an Eagles pick has to be wearing
absolutely
a Flyer. Yeah.
Somebody said that they should have what's his name? Former Flyer and Steeler dude from the 80s, Keenan should come out they had David Akers do the second round pick years ago.
Oh, yeah.
We should get Mike Keenan to do a pick in a Flyers jersey, so that would be pretty funny. They got Rick Tocchet would work too. Rick Tocchet played for the Steelers or the Penguins and the Flyers. Get Rick Tocchet to fly on over for the night. Why not?
I will say though, so when I first moved to Pennsylvania fully back in 2004, right? Everyone used to always tell me, oh, when the Flyers are in the playoffs, they're the team that this area, that this city is going to go crazy for the most, right? Mm-hmm. And I just didn't see it. And then I joined the Army. I was away. And then since I've been back here, they haven't been good except for this year. And I'm not a big hockey guy.
Right.
And so, I don't really care. But to see how many people, it's just orange everywhere, sort of deal. And it's like when the Eagles go to the Super Bowl, everything's green. It's all over buildings. Even the McDonald's signs have, go Birds. Yeah. Right now, the McDonald's signs everywhere, because, are saying, let's go Flyers. Mm-hmm. And it's true that, if the Flyers are good, they're going to dominate this, this city. And it's like, dang. Sure. So it's cool to see.
Yeah. I mean, I've been going to Flyers games since the late 80s, early 90s. So yeah. I know what it's like to go to I know what this city's like when the Flyers, start, playing well. Problem is they are the fourth team. So when they do stink for 5-6 years, it is hard to keep the fans, attention, for very long. You know what I mean? So they got to keep it up a little longer. Where will the Cardinals go here with this pick? Probably Reese would be the obvious choice here. But it is the Cardinals. You never know what they're going to do.
Tennessee has who? Tennessee has Pollard as their running back.
Yeah, they could technically go for Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. I mean, I don't think that.
Like I said, that he was the best overall prospect in this draft.
Yeah, wow. I saw somebody say that they should draft him to be the next Derrick Henry there in Tennessee.
Here we go.
Wow. They went with the running back. So
there they go.
We don't have a quarterback. We don't have an offensive line, but let's go get a running back. And this is why teams fail. This is not a knock on Jeremiah Love. Not at all. But you don't have a quarterback in Arizona right now. Now,
for him to be effective.
Right now, the rumors are that they're trying to get back late into the first round to draft Ty Simpson from Alabama. But still, this is what's wrong with football. Teams do not know how to build winners. That is why they're always drafted in the top 5, top 10 in the draft. you don't need an elite running back when you don't have anything else. Nothing.
I'll tell you what, though, if they are able to climb back in and make that happen, you have such a young core of Simpson, Love, Harrison, and McBride.
Yep.
You'll have the offense if everything translates to keep up where you have everything else,
I mean, you look at what's his name? Who did the Raiders draft last year? The running back, the rookie. Now they have a quarterback this year, but last year they did, and he was barely
from Boise State. Yeah.
Genetti or Genti or whatever his name was.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that teams build themselves ass backwards, and that's why they fail. I mean, it's a crapshoot, this stuff. I know it's a crapshoot, but still, I don't know. If I was rebuilding a team that was struggling, I'd be drafting offensive line at this point or defensive line. And then you focus on your quarterback. Then you focus on the weapons. You just do. Building it ass backwards. But maybe the Cardinals will offer us something for Tanner McKee later. Maybe,
It's possible. He's one of the guys. This is one of the teams you said.
Yeah. Tennessee's on the clock. Let's see what they're on now. I mean, now with Tennessee on the clock, I thought Arvell Reese would go second. Now he's sitting here possibly
sitting there for him.
Yep.
You
could go get the best offensive tackle in the draft, the kid from Miami, and give your Cam Ward someone to block for him. There a lot of options now for Tennessee here. I would love to see.
Where do you stand? Where do you stand with the Sadiq
the tight end
stuff? Yeah, the tight end. If he
falls, when was the last time a tight end worked out in the first round?
Well, you probably. I mean, again, it's the Raiders, right? It didn't really work out. He's good. It's not like he's bad. He puts up the numbers, but that's not the way you're going to win.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think what. Holtz,
I don't know. Yeah,
they got the Ty Warren kid from Penn State.
He did nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I will say he'll some of the tape I've seen, he at least blocks, or he's willing to, run block.
Who's going to be throwing and handing him off the football in Arizona? Who's going to be blocking for him in Arizona? Arizona is so far away from competing that you need more before you waste the number 3 pick in the draft on a running back. First running back selected in the top 5 since Saquon Barkley. Wow. Interesting. Saquon Barkley has made running backs cool again with his 2,000-yard year. So Titans already got their pick in. All right, we're rolling along here.
They're moving good.
Got to wait to announce it. I could probably.
I am interested to see where the Giants go here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, having two picks in the top 10.
That's why.
Really, it's really interesting. Really interesting there.
Multiple directions they could take, and
absolutely.
You don't really know with a new head coach. Yep. We're about to see if any of that stuff translates. Who was really making the picks over in Baltimore?
They were making fun of that in the pregame show. That all the talk about nobody knows who's in charge is just a ploy by them to confuse the league. I think that's such bogus, probably. All right, so who the Titans take here? I don't know. I got an email.
I was not a fan of Jordan Tyson being attached to the Eagles in a few.
Why not?
In a few mock drafts. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of like a specific type of wide receiver, and he just isn't it. And I'm big on what school they went to, like in what you're expecting out of them, sort of deal. If you maybe like in a second or third round, a wide receiver from Arizona State, but what did he really see? Coverage wise, what did he really see? Competition on those Saturdays that really made him stand out.
I agree with you on
that stuff. And And those are sort of things that will always kind of like make me hesitant to be, how is that going to translate on Sundays when you're playing against, all pro? Because if you're getting drafted first round, you're going to be expected to start, especially as a receiver.
Absolutely. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State. Isn't that a little early?
Wide receiver.
Wasn't that a little early for him?
Yeah. Big,
I didn't even very early. Listed as the number 1 wide receiver on the board.
Which is wild because he was the number 2 wide receiver at Ohio State.
It's crazy. And there you go again. You got Cam Ward. You could get him the best tackle in the draft. And you go out and get him a wide receiver instead. No offense. I'm not a Cam Ward guy. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback. I don't think he's long to be a starter in Tennessee. I mean, there were even reports that they were trying to move off of Cam Ward already in Tennessee. So, let's go get him a wide receiver. It's great, but got to keep Cam Ward upright first.
Yeah.
What's up, Jimbo?
For him to be able to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now the Giants are sitting there drooling. They could get the best tackle. They could get the best linebacker, the second best linebacker. I mean, shit. With their next 2 picks, since they pick it at 5 and 10, the Giants have the opportunity to really make some noise. They do.
Almost too many options that they could screw it up.
That's true. That's very true. That's exactly true.
Running back.
Anyway, I was a little shocked with that pick from Tennessee at 4 there.
Yeah, running back 3rd pick, wide receiver 4th pick.
Man, this run on offensive tackles is going to go, but it's not good. Howie's just sitting there at 23 like, yes, keep screwing up teams. Keep screwing up, All
right, Phil, you said you like seeing their outfits. How are we liking this one?
I was just thinking about that.
I'm not too sure about this one either.
I don't even know. That looks like something like a sommelier would wear on like a 1980s cruise ship or something like that. If it was black, Yeah, it does not look like a suit a kid would wear on draft night.
No.
I don't know what these people think.
Giants pick already in.
Good. Speed this shit up. We're already at pick 5 here. 30 minutes, 5 picks. It means we'll only be at 9 o'clock at pick 10. God damn it. Means about 10 o'clock maybe for the Eagles pick. Maybe if we're lucky. Oh, man. Trying to just keep refreshing my screen, my Twitter account to see if I see anything pop up. But
any trades or anything like that?
No show in the morning tomorrow. I'll be up pretty late tonight. And I got some things to do in the morning. But if I get done work in time tomorrow, I might do a nighttime show tomorrow, Robert. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What did you say, Steven?
I forgot what I said. I think I might have just been saying something out loud. Did you place any bets at all for this week? For the Zurich? Anything?
No. I was going to, and I'm like, you know what? Nah, pass. I hate the Zurich Classic. I really do. Really, really hate it. It's literally my lead. He's got a tank top on underneath that little jacket, too. What the hell?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, the only good thing about doing a show this week for the Zurich would have been to talk about golfers that don't normally get talked about. But other than that, it's, that golfer could have played like shit, and as long as his partner did good, that's what you're going to get for TFS, so it doesn't really matter.
All right, so it's not on TV, but I went to refresh to look for Twitter or trades or whatnot, and it's been ruined. The Giants will select Ohio State Arvell Reese here at number 5, who ESPN had him ranked ahead of Mendoza as the most number 1 prospect in this draft class, Arvell Reese. So, the Giants go out and get a 6'4", 240. I mean, he's an Ohio Stater. All about Arvell Reese. So, I'll need the morning off. It'll be a late night tonight, Robert. Got a couple beers. I got a couple little things to eat over here to the side. I'm just going to wait a little late. What's that?
That's why the pick was in so fast when they saw who. They said, oh, shit. Yeah. All right. That was easy.
Okay. Done. That's like one of those Howie moves. Like, oh, I wasn't going to draft him. Well, might as well since he's there, right?
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Man. A lot of Ohio State names in this top of this draft class. A lot of Ohio State guys.
Yeah. They should have won fucking national
if they didn't suck,
with
they
all
would
these
have
goddamn guys.
Oh, man. We got to get a commercial in before we announce the pick, unfortunately. Always got to get these commercials in. The draft is just a long, painstaking event. Have you watched it? Did you watch any of the Zurich today or no?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Any good teams?
What's it called? Smalley and his partner. Who was it?
I'm pulling up the
leaderboard. They tied the
14 under
the record.
Shit.
Yeah,
Smalley and
Hayden. They tied the record.
Wow. Sam Stevens teams in third at 12. We got some low scores. 14, 13, a bunch at 12. Wow. Hank Lebioda with Eric Cole. I love it. Let's go down to the bottom.
These DraftKings scores end up usually being in like the 700, 800s and stuff like that just because of how big the scores are.
How bad you got to feel to be in dead last place? You shoot even par, Chris Kirk and Patton Kaziri, and you're in dead last. 14 shots back already. Oh, that's got to suck. That's got to be a brutal feeling.
Or even getting a bogey.
Yeah.
Playing best ball, sort of.
Oh, man. I'm playing a best ball scramble on Monday. And, we'll try to get birdie every hole. We'll end up with a bogey on half of them because we're the honest people. We don't cheat on our scores.
Yeah, and then that's what pisses me off. And then you go and you're getting food and you're watching the scores come in afterwards, and it's like 22 under. How did you? There's no way. And it's like, get out.
They suck. Cheaters. They also buy like 400 mulligans, and I know it's always for charities and stuff like that. But there's no way you're shooting 25 under. But people do it.
Or they use the gimme rope string more times than they're allowed.
I never heard of that one, but yeah. The only thing I do is most of the scrambles I play and give you pick up for bogey. You don't have you can't put worse than bogey on your scorecard in a scramble. So if you're putting for bogey, just pick up and walk off to the next hole because you're getting a bogey. But yeah.
No, they have this some of them that I do. It can either be like a 8-foot or like a 10-foot string that comes in like the package, and you're allowed to use it once on the front and once on the back.
Okay.
And if on a par 3, if you get close enough, you're allowed to use it as, hey, that's a birdie, essentially, or that's a whatever.
Yeah. No,
but people will use it for every hole.
Yeah. You'll see people get, I guess it would be 22 under, a birdie on every hole, except for the par 5s, which say eagle all those, typically 4 par 5s. So you're looking at 18, 19, 20, 22 under.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll happen all the time. One event I played in, we did get a prize. They gave us an extra prize. They gave us each a sleeve of like Pro V1s. They called us the most honest team in the event. I think we shot like -1 or something like that. Like, this is the most honest scorecard, so we got an honest prize for you guys. So
I went out golfing like 2 weeks ago, and I did some. I didn't stretch. I don't think I stretched right or enough, but I did something.
You're an old man. That's what that tells me.
Oh man, I gotta get the WD-40.
Hell yeah! Well, we already knew it was Arvell Reese, but here we are.
Well, I won't be rooting for him on Sundays. That's the one thing. I'm not one of those guys where, if they go, if just because they played for Ohio State,
right?
I'm going to root for them in the pros. No, like if you don't go to my team, you don't play for Ohio State anymore. Hey, I appreciate for what you did,
Well,
but
tuxedo that he's wearing. Black and
Yep.
white bow tie. You gotta like it. Even the gold or the diamond chain doesn't look that bad with it. You gotta like that. Nice and classy. Now the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. How do they? Oh no, Kansas City's on the clock.
Is there a trade then?
There's got to be a trade. It just switched on my screen to Kansas City. I didn't know that Kansas City. I don't see any trades. Oh, here it is. The Chiefs get number 6. They gave up pick 9, 74, and 148. So they gave up, what would that be, a 3rd and a 4th round pick, or 3rd and a 5th round pick to slide up 3 spots. It's got to be to draft an offensive lineman, you would think, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Protect Patrick Mahomes, the kid from Miami, Francis. I don't know how you say his last name. You would think that's what they're doing, but I mean, maybe Sonny Styles. I don't know. Maybe they draft defense.
9, 74, and 148.
Chiefs just traded up 3 spots to get the 6th pick from the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, we got Reese to the Giants. You are the old man, Robert. You are. Yeah, so far, Marshawn, the Cardinals reached, the Titans reached, and that gave the Giants a great pick. So there's that.
Yeah, this has to be the Francis Moaga, or however you say it.
Is it Moaga or whatever?
Yeah.
Mawagoa.
Yeah. Where's Nooms? He would know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the only one that can't pronounce names. Draft day is not for people like me that can't pronounce names. Not at all. I don't know. We'll see here what happens with this pick. They got the
when
pick
do you think when do you think Mahomes comes back? Do you think he'll be ready for?
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. How the hell did the Browns still get fleeced? I don't know. The Giants got Arvell Reese, who some people said was the best player in this draft at number 5. So multiple teams passed over him. So the Giants somehow made a smart pick or backdoored their way. Kind of like how golfers backdoor top 10 finishes to cash for me. The Giants backdoored the number 1 pick in the draft, basically, at pick 5. Got to get the interview in before we learn who the Chiefs select. Although I could probably
Pick is in.
Let's see here. No, they're taking a cornerback. Didn't they just trade for a cornerback? Or they trade away?
They traded away.
Okay. So they're drafting Mansour Delaney from LSU with this pick, is what they're saying. So they traded up to get the top cornerback in the draft. So they had a great cornerback. Draft. They traded him away just to draft another cornerback. Does that make sense?
Well, that's what they do. They don't like paying corners.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So that's why, they draft them and get rid of them, for some value, for draft capital. And that's what, there you go.
Arvell Reese is a linebacker. I think he's more of an inside linebacker than an outside guy, though, right?
And Schefter just said that they don't intend to trade Thibodeau.
No.
Even though they just drafted him, or drafted Reese. So we'll see. I'll tell you what, because who they get last year from Penn State? Who was that? Wasn't it a defensive tackle or was it a defensive end?
The end. Yeah, I know you're talking about the Giants. I was thinking about the Chiefs.
The Giants. Yeah.
What was his name?
I can't remember his name.
I can't remember. Drugs.
You know who? You know who?
Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they got some young guys, some studs there who
the Giants. It's just the offense. I don't buy into the Dart Scatterboo combo. All right. I just saw Dark.
Is Neighbors good enough to be, a number 1 with Slayton as your number 2? Or do you need to go do they need a little bit more?
A number 1 in what sense? Like
he's
not
going to be the
A.J.
guy.
Brown number one. You know what I mean? Like he's not that good yet. And wait to see how he comes back. He's hurt as well. You know, he might not be right for the start of the year. Cam Scattaboo might not be right for the start of the year. And then Jackson Dart, he's one more hit away from being, his head exploding. You know what I mean? So, how is Slayton still playing? I have no idea, Marshawn. Yeah. No clue.
Slayton is like Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry.
How the hell is he still on the sideline?
Yeah.
You don't think Neighbors is a number one?
I'm saying he's not a number one in the realm of the upper echelon top 10 of all. In the league.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's a number one on a mid team. But on the Eagles, he would easily be number 2 or 3 behind AJ or Devontae Smith. You know what I mean? Like he can't be. He's not going to go out there and I don't know. How do I say it? You're not game planning just to stop him. You know what I mean? And let everybody else beat you.
Will you put him on Pickens level?
Yeah. I can put him on Pickens level. Absolutely. The talent level is just that bad in New York. Yeah. Number one on a winning team, mid team, proven. Yeah. I think that's a fair way to say it. Not a number one on a winning team, but a number one on a mid team. He's a number one on an 8 or 9 win team max. So I'll be curious to see what they do with pick 10 now that they got a linebacker, and seeing how this board's fallen.
And how the board, yeah. I mean,
you got the best tackle on the board.
Howie's got to be looking at how this board is falling and going, oh man,
yeah. I got to
pull the trigger somewhere.
Prospects. All right, so we're at pick what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got some guys that are going to be there at 15, 16 that Howie could jump up and get. It's really weird, Marshawn. You can cut a guy ahead of time, but designate it post-June 1st for the cap savings, but you can't do a trade that way. That doesn't make sense that you can do it on cutting, but you can't do it on trades. It really does make no sense, but no, you can't. So AJ will still be officially an Eagle until June 2nd. Do the Giants make the playoffs with Harbaugh? In 2026, Adam, I say no. And I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I say no, they do not make the playoffs. I still say they're at least 2 years away.
Giants will be the team week 18 that not only needs help from another team, but needs to win to get into the playoffs. Sort of deal. You know what I mean? They won just enough.
The Jeff Garcia Eagles year where they had to win and they had to have 7 teams lose, and they all lost and we got in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be that. Yeah.
Just enough to be in the hunt all season, but not good enough to secure and lock something down.
All right, we got another one of our division rivals, the Commanders, on the clock. As Mr. says, all these offensive linemen are slipping. Do we finally see an offensive lineman go off the board here? I have no idea. I have no idea.
The way that the board is sitting, is there a player that if he keeps dropping, that if a team comes and says, hey, we want AJ, that Howie will be like, I'll eat the money for this guy.
There's not one person that I would trade straight up to draft this year on AJ. Now, if you're going to say, I'll give you the pick to draft the player and more picks like next year, maybe. But there's no guy I'm trading up straight up for a pick this year. None.
Even if a team is calling desperate, saying, hey, we want AJ, we'll give you this pick, but you're going to have to eat the money because you're going to have to trade him on draft tonight, sort of deal, or the next.
Hard pass. There's not. Now, if a team wants to say, hey, we want AJ, we'll give you the pick tonight, and we'll give you a first or second next year. All right, maybe I do it. But if it's just this year's pick, I don't think there's one player in this draft that good. I don't.
Yeah.
And I mean,
you're not getting more than one first-round pick for AJ, right?
No, I don't think so. I think you might be able to squeeze a second-round pick. Might be able to squeeze a second-round pick, but that's it. That's it. All right, they got Sonny Styles, the Commanders. It's about a fair spot for Sonny Styles to go. Another Ohio Stater.
Oh,
The Ohio Staters are getting drafted here.
3 in the top 7 picks.
Yeah. Mister, I don't think Sadiq makes it past the Bucks at 15 or 16, wherever the Bucks pick, 15 or 16. That would be the latest Sadiq goes. And so it's not going. He's not going to the Eagles at all. Zero chance, in my opinion, he's going to the Eagles.
Gives them a buffer in between trying to figure out Mike Evans on his way out. You got a young guy with.
They also got rid of Kate
with Baker. Yep.
No.
Because they lost one of their running backs, right? They lost
not
Irving.
Rashid White.
Who was the other one that they
or
Rashad
White,
they lost
Rashid
him
White.
to somebody.
Yeah. All right. Sonny Styles off the board now. Saints picks already in. Cleveland. Maybe the Saints get up. I'm just waiting for the first offensive lineman to go. I can't believe not one is gone yet.
If you're Cleveland, are you trying to even trade back again?
Oh yeah, they probably are. I wouldn't. I would be going out there and getting a player, but there's a lot of talk. A lot of these teams are trying to trade back. So
Cleveland is already
pick 10. I know they just got pick 10 in that trade for Dexter Lawrence, but maybe they try to trade back. I don't know.
I think Cleveland has no intentions of fielding a even D caliber team this season. They are all in, I think, for next year's draft and how much probably draft picks they're going to have for next season.
Saints pick on Twitter says it's Jordan Tyson at number 8 from Arizona State, the wide receiver. So that is off the board for the Eagles. That'll be the Saints pick at 8. So now Cleveland is up basically with the next pick. Still no offense.
I was not anticipating
franchise tag. Oh, did he? I did not see that. I don't know. I still think there's a chance that Pickens could get traded. Jax isn't feeling too well tonight, so Jason might try to come on after Jax goes to bed later tonight, but we'll see. Poor little Jax. Getting Jax on the show. That's all that mattered to me.
When do they pick?
Who?
Detroit.
They're late. They're like 17 or 18 or something like that.
17.
Yeah, I know there are a few before the Eagles, 4 or 5 before the Eagles. But all right, so Tyson is off the board to the Saints, which would put Cleveland on the board.
You cannot believe these wide receivers are
I
going like
can't
this.
believe the way it's fallen. Period. At this point, I mean, some of these picks are good. Bailey's fine at 2. Reese is great at 5. Styles is solid at 7. So there's some solid picks so far, but nothing nothing crazy so far that's happened. But
yeah, 3 and 4, Love and Tate.
Yeah, our division rivals are loading up on defense. They gunning for us. Yeah, they both. I mean, the problem with it, Mister, is that both our division rivals kind of backdoored their way into great picks because other teams screwed up picks ahead of them, in my opinion. Reese shouldn't have been there at 5.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Sonny Styles shouldn't have been there at 8.
Yeah, that's a good call by Mister because how many of those veterans, because Washington was, everyone said it. You said it all from the time they signed the players that they were a retirement home, team. They were a lot of old guys. How many of them did they keep to be able to, maybe if you only get, 75% of the snaps that they played last year because you have a Sonny Styles, you have a Arvell Reese to be able to spell you for majority of the game.
Absolutely agree.
It's their Brandon Graham, essentially.
Yeah. There's Mendoza on the screen again. Oh, this is a commercial. I'm like, I thought he had a different suit on in this video here. It's a commercial.
I was getting ready to say, look at what type of spread they have. That'll tell you quick about.
I didn't know we needed LinkedIn commercial. I don't think I've ever seen a LinkedIn commercial. Dude, I'm going to cry at 11. If I'm still awake at 11 o'clock, Robert, I'm going to be crying. My ass can't stay awake that late. I'm already tired. I made us a big pasta dinner, not thinking that I had a stream tonight, and I ate a huge bowl of pasta tonight. So I was ready for bed at like 6:30 today. I'll just be brutally honest.
Those are the good days, too, where you can go to bed that early. Not necessarily that early, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I would never go to bed at 6 o'clock, but that big bowl of spaghetti really did not do me any favors for staying awake tonight at all. Sal Pal reports Jets are open for business at pick 16. That would be a spot for the Eagles to move up. Get pick 16, get the offensive lineman you want. I would be okay with that. I don't think it would cost. I mean, to move up 3 spots into pick 6, the Chiefs only had to give up a 3rd and a 5th round pick. Not even 79. Yes, a 3rd and a 5th round pick. So to move up from 23 to 16, does a 3rd do it?
Or a 4th and a 5th?
It might do it.
Because what did they get for their what's it called? Compensatory picks?
Yeah, pick 98 is a comp pick for Milton Williams. So,
okay.
And then they're getting another 3rd. So you could in theory, maybe even go a 3rd and a 4th. You go next year's 3rd that we're getting for the loss of Jalen Phillips, next year, and maybe our 4th round pick this year, move up, get exactly who you want. I don't know. I'm not very good at judging the cost to move up in the NFL draft in the first round. Like, I've never been very good at figuring that out. Yes, I know we lost again today, Bruce. Don't remind me.
You watch it at all?
I had it on for a little bit today. Yes, I did.
Oh.
Because I might
get your hopes up.
Phillies. I bitch about them all the time. But you know what? I still watch them. I still love them.
Marsh had a great game. To see him come back in the 8th inning?
Yeah.
The way they did. The home run from Garcia.
Marsh today.
Yeah. I was like, the timely home run nonetheless by Garcia. At a pitch hit moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he makes it to Sunday.
Who? Thomson?
Topper, yeah.
Topper, yeah. I agree. I mean, he shouldn't have made it this far, but, yeah.
Because what? When
so the Browns, we haven't even heard the Saints pick, but pick 9 will be the first tackle off the board, but not the top-rated tackle. The Browns will be taking Utah's offensive tackle, Spencer Fano, with the 9th pick. Wow.
Cool name.
That Francis Malagu, or whoever his name is, falling almost out of the top 10. The Giants are going to get the best tackle on top of getting one of the best defensive players by backdooring their way here.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? The Giants are just – John Harbaugh's getting gift-wrapped shit right now. It's driving me nuts.
See, check out this kid's style. Very casual, laid back.
Yeah. What would you wear?
I would just probably go, clean suit, just regular color, nothing too. I would probably have like a cool design like built into the suit, like the inside of the jacket.
Right.
And stuff, but nothing crazy.
I'd be like, what's that dude? What's that politician dude from Jersey or whatever that like wears shorts and like a hoodie to everything?
Oh, are you talking about Fetterman?
Fetterman. That would be. I'd be Fetterman on draft night. I'd be rocking a hoodie and shorts out there on the stage right now. Yeah,
dude, I don't do politics at all. You probably name the one person who I do see from time to time.
I know. The Giants will definitely not make the playoffs. They won't, but they're going to be improved. Bases loaded, no runs hurt the Phillies. Well, there's a lot of things that hurt the Phillies. Give me a wild prediction. The Eagles are going to trade up into between pick 15 and 18. The Eagles will select tonight. That would be my prediction. They're going to move up 5 spots at least. Phil Fetterman. We're going to call me Phil Fetterman now. There you go. I'd be rocking a hoodie and shorts and flip-flops out there right now. Probably rock out with a beer in my hand, too, when I'm walking out on stage.
Yeah, like a Stone Cold.
Yeah, there you go.
Entrance.
Go out there, smash the beer cans, and do it. Why not? Yeah, Jordan. I love the emotion from these kids. We can never understand the amount of work that they put in to get to this stage, right?
Is Chris Olave available now?
I think I heard rumors that he was available before. Interesting.
Or is this to pair those two up?
Yeah, it's probably to pair the two up. Probably to pair the two up, but
yeah, because they traded away Shaheed.
Yeah.
To Seattle.
Eagles are having talks, reports say, with the Bucks for pick 15 and the Jets for pick 16. They're going to move up and they're going to get somebody. They're going to. They absolutely are going to.
I mean, the way that this board is falling, and some of these players, and I don't think it's certain the players that are falling for any sort of reason. It's just the direction that other teams are going, where it just shows. That's why I love the mock drafts.
Yeah,
it's no one really knows. All you're really doing is learning more and more in depth about these players and everything. But we don't sit in those meetings and what the hell they're going through when they bring in those 25 to 30 players and everything.
Yeah, I know. He put in a lot of work too. He's out there talking trash right now, Jamarcus Russell. Saying he doesn't like being labeled the biggest bust of all time. It's unfair to say that about him. Roger Goodell loves those tight hugs. He does. He does. What do you make of I didn't have you on the show that you weren't I didn't see you comment this morning, Steve.
I was watching.
Thoughts on that nitwit idiot, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, doing this. Chirp, 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 chirp.
It's just weird to me that
he can't get over us,
And I don't know if like a question, because I know he does all like social media and the influencer and podcast stuff. So I don't know if he's answering a question that was, proposed to him and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's why are you introducing yourself into this conversation?
Exactly.
Like, it's to get clicks, like you said on the show. It's to get clicks. It's to, hey, I got your back and stuff. I feel like too, it's kind of putting AJ in a weird spot too, because the next time AJ gets put in front of a camera or he says anything, it's going to be, hey, did you see what, CJ said? What do you have to say about him? What do you have to say about his comments and stuff? And if he don't align with him, or if he does, we're going to know real quick, but it's those sort of things where it's like, just shut the fuck up, dude.
Yep. Giants are also taking the Miami tackle, Francis Muagwa, or however you say his name.
Is this where the run of tackle goes?
That's exactly.
Our linemen?
9, and then Muagwa goes 10. So now the offensive linemen are going to start coming off the board. You love a good Hawaiian dude, don't you? Or Samoan dude like this? You love it.
Family. Look at the size of that family.
I know, man. Can you imagine the food spread in that family right now?
Oh, top notch.
But the guy going to the Giants, who is rated the number 1 lineman in this draft class, lowest pressure rate in all of college football last year. Again, getting a great defensive player to stop the Eagles' offense and getting a great offensive lineman to protect your young quarterback against the Eagles' defense. Interesting.
And went all the way through the national championship. So, think about how many games he played.
I'm sorry. Give me a second. Anyway, give me a second to collect my thoughts on that one there. But you're right, Marshawn, on that one. Oh, man. Yes, the O-line has started. So,
Yep.
Still don't know. Still don't know.
Did they announce Miami's pick?
Miami.
Like, have you seen that at 11?
No, I haven't
You
seen
haven't
it
seen it
online
yet?
yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see them going Caleb Downs here because didn't they just ship Kirkpatrick somewhere? Or Fitzpatrick?
I think so.
Didn't
Yeah. Yeah, I could see them going there. I could see them going Ruben Bain as well. They're a team that doesn't have anything right now, at all. So
No, they just got rid of Waddle. That's who I'm thinking of. Never mind.
So they go the Lemon, the next wide receiver. I don't know. There's a lot of things that they could do there with that pick.
Caleb Downs is really dropping. I thought he would have gone.
Yeah.
He was ready to go when he played at Bama for Saban.
Hey, maybe he falls further and the Eagles trade up to get a safety. I doubt it. But hey, why not,
that
right?
Would be crazy.
Think about it this way. We are 12 picks away from the Eagles picking, and Dylan Thiemann from Oregon is still is 11 picks away. On the best available board. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen a single edge rusher go yet.
Cowboys just traded up to 11. I just got an alert.
Oh, really? Let me see that.
Yep.
That's a big move. They wanted. I read who they wanted. I forget. I think it's either an offensive lineman or an edge rusher. I thought I read they.
Oh
wanted.
yeah. Caleb Downs. I think his brother is Josh, the receiver, in the Colts.
I don't see that trade anywhere right now.
It's on the screen now. Dallas at 11.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. And 12.
Wow.
They got
the hell?
So they. I wonder what they gave up.
Something. Hold on. I don't know what happened there. So they only moved up one spot then. I think so. I think Miami's now at 12. Per ESPN.com, it's Cowboys at 11, Dolphins at 12, which tells me that Dolphins.
So they just didn't.
Yeah.
On the screen.
That somebody was going to jump the Cowboys for somebody. So the Cowboys really, really wanted whoever this is here at 11. Let me refresh Twitter here real quick. Why? Some of these guys are so quick to post, and other times they take forever to post this shit. Still getting nothing.
I wouldn't want the pressure of the people who are ever working the sewing machines back there.
Yeah. Still, 90% of shit that I see on my Twitter account right now is all still Deanna Rossini stuff. Like, seriously, I want to know draft stuff, not Deanna Rossini stuff right now.
Dude. That stuff
is wild. So the Cowboys gave up, obviously, pick 12 for 11, but they also gave up picks 177 and 180, which are like round 6 picks. So they gave up 2 6-round picks to move up 1. What's up, Luke? How we doing, my man? Bain is gone. Cowboys going quarterback. Yeah, maybe. That would be funny. They're taking Downs here. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's got to be Downs.
Has to be. That's just gotta be. Hurt.
Yeah. Surprise not Bain, but Downs. Yeah. So it definitely seems to be Downs, the pick here, the safety. I
prefer it to be Bain.
Yeah, I mean, all your favorite Ohio State players are all going to division rivals. How does that make you feel?
Pretty shitty.
Yeah. You can't
because it's all the positions that usually translate to the NFL. Yeah. It's the quarterbacks that usually don't.
Guys, anybody watching that hasn't, hit the like button, subscribe button, and share button, please. I'd greatly appreciate it. All 3 of those clicks help the algorithm grow. I'd appreciate it. Muchas gracias. Speaking of small Mexican towns, I'll show my Spanish knowledge and say muchas gracias. Yeah, he is not rooting for Ohio State guys that go to the Cowboys or Giants. He would never do that.
No, Adam, I'm not big in that, like, following players to where they go. Even like former Eagles, former Sixers, former, Phillies, like that stuff. I'm not big on like following them and their success. Yeah. If you're not repping the team now, then I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah. whatchamacallit. I saw one Twitter account that I follow, just kind of like me, content creator, saying the Cowboys made that trade because the Eagles saw Downs dropping and the Eagles wanted him. I don't know if I believe that. I haven't seen the Eagles linked to him at all, and that would be a shocking move. That'd be expensive, too, to move up from 23 all the way to 11. But, man,
Yeah.
Maybe they just played the Cowboys, a little bit there on that one. You know what I mean? Little false information there, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. That ended the short run on tackles. I expect who's on the clock next? Miami and then the Rams. I
would be perfectly fine with the safety from Oregon, Dylan.
Yeah, I would be. I have no problem with
Toledo's
safety either. I just would be shocked if Howie drafted a safety in the first round. I just would. Plain and simple. But I guess at this point, nothing could shock us, maybe. Howie will do whatever Howie does, I guess.
A lot of people like the guard from Penn State.
Do
you think that has to do more with because it's Penn State and associated with that than it actually has to do with
I think it has to do with, if you're talking about Eagles fans like him because I think they realize that Landon Dickerson might retire sooner than Lane Johnson. Is that a crazy, bold statement or no? Like, Landon could be Landon.
You look
Dickerson.
At the injuries. Yeah, you add up the injuries. You add up the injuries. You got a title. You got a ring under your belt. You know what I mean? You don't really have anything to prove. Yep, you want to be able to play with your kids.
I agree. Well, I mean, he doesn't have kids yet that I'm aware of, but I'm sure they're coming someday. Thank you very much, Adam. Muchas gracias. I greatly appreciate the support, my man. Helps out. Helps pay the bills. Helps keep the computer turned on. It's not free to do this.
Mendoza's going to bed soon, I bet.
Oh, my God.
The Mendoza's.
Don't
He's
take
like, guys, it is 10.
It's
almost 10.
Steven. But let me tell you something. If the Eagles trade up to like pick 15 or 16, we ain't staying live till 11 o'clock at night. We'll talk about it for a bit, and then we will wrap this baby up. I got a couple little things off to the side here. I'm waiting to munch on and knock myself out. I'm waiting.
How you liking your new gig?
Working at Hood's Barbecue. It's awesome, man. I'm enjoying it. Yesterday was my first shift out of training on the floor by myself, like serving. They eased me in a small little section for 4.5 hours counting cleanup. I can't say on the air how much money I made last night, but I made a lot of money. Waiting tables, it's hard work, but man, when you're at a place,
good just to get back and doing something.
Yeah, I could make more in 20 hours at that hourly rate of tips than most people can on a 40-hour work week. So,
not stressed about people calling in, yelling at you about an order not being right, all that crap. Or stressed about a 100 pizza order for Amazon.
Nope. I go in, do my job, and the family I work with, they're really good people.
Downs.
The family's really good people, and the food's great. For the little bit I've had of it, it's fantastic barbecue. So yeah. So let's see here. Updates. Anything? Who's going at 12 to Miami here?
Oh, that's rough to watch.
Yeah. Literally 3 Ohio Staters to our division. It's kind of annoying, isn't it?
This is like watching Ezekiel Elliott get drafted.
Was he an Ohio Stater?
Yeah, he was like the main reason when they won the first ever college football playoff.
Gotcha. I couldn't have told you that. Again, my college football knowledge isn't great.
He had like over 200 yards against Bama, over 200 yards against Oregon, and then in the Big Ten championship game, I think he had over 200, and he had multiple touchdowns in each of those games.
I didn't even think about this. I just saw from Andrew Tachetko from 97.5 tweeted out that going to Dallas there. Who's the new Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator also?
Oh yeah.
Christian Parker from the Eagles. And he just went and got himself a safety that's elite. Giving your new coordinator a weapon right there.
And a lot of people were saying Reed Blankenship going there.
I did.
Right now Caleb Downs is a better safety.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I almost would have preferred Reed Blankenship going there now because they wouldn't be.
That's true.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, son of a.
Makes you miss football though so much.
Absolutely. Like, you know what? I'm loving the Flyers run. I'm loving, the off season. But man, get football back on my TV screen. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's get at it here. All right. So who are the Dolphins taking here? Are they going edge? Are they going wide receiver? Are they going offensive line?
If they go your theory for how you draft with as many offensive linemen that you have here, you have the ability because you got rid of your quarterback, you got rid of a wide receiver, you have a running back that can move the chains, can be a guy who you can dish it off to, Achan.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree with that.
I say offensive lineman.
I think the smart pick would go the Penn State guard actually here.
Yeah.
Get yourself an interior guy. Going to open up all those holes and protect, That would be the smart move. I don't see anything. None of the guys I follow that have been tweeting have said anything yet about him or this pick.
I can't stand it. They think they did.
Wow, I've already got the next 2 picks in here. Maybe. So hold on a second. I've got pick 11, and he's already Ari Morelv has already tweeted out pick 13 to the Rams. Okay, but has not tweeted out who the Dolphins are taking here. He's been like 2 minutes early on everybody, except for the Dolphins pick. You're gonna be shocked at who the Rams picked. Okay, shocking.
How do these people know?
Number 13. Shocking pick at 13. Wow. I don't even care who gets picked here at 12. Let's just say it's a quarterback. Okay. Rams take Ty Simpson at 13. We don't know who's at 12. No. We just know who's at 13 already, but not 12. Man.
How do you think Diana's watching the draft right now? Diana Rossini.
Is she even watching the draft tonight?
Yeah.
She deactivated her Twitter account right before the draft, so.
Oh, did she? Oh, man.
Oh, Hayden Proctor to the Dolphins at 12. Wow. There's a big one off the board for Eagles fans. Quite frankly, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it.
His effects won't ever be really seen.
No.
AFC. Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that missing on that one.
And you know what? Weren't you saying character issues, right?
Not character, maturity.
Maturity? And
stuff like that.
Maturity issues, and now you're going to Miami?
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yep. And so Proctor
I like that outfit. I like that outfit. I like the purple. Is that purple? Yeah, that's purple, right? That's
purple. I mean, I don't think I could rock a purple suit, but it's not that bad. Not bad at all. I just Ty Simpson drafting Matthew Stafford's replacement already. Man, I mean, it's probably not that far off, but man, interesting. Ty Simpson in the top 15. Would not have expected that.
Is that who they
Howie
picked?
Roseman's got to be drooling right now.
Is that who they took?
Who? The Rams took Ty Simpson, at 13.
So for as many first round picks that they get rid of and trade away, have a good one, Robert. I mean, you just got your possible quarterback of the future, and he doesn't need to play at all next year.
Yeah, it's true.
and you have him paired with Puka Nacua, who only has 2 seasons under his belt.
He's got more woman beatings than he does, seasons.
Yeah. He might not be.
That boy might not be playing any football right now. We're seeing the biggest shopper right now, Mad Chatter. Ty Simpson, number 13 to the Rams. There's some slippage in this draft too. Eagles might trade up soon. I have a feeling they might trade up soon, though. I really do.
For who though?
Yeah, I don't know. You got the Rams
for Freely.
The Rams made their pick. The Ravens, and then Tampa. Tampa wants Sadiq or to trade back. The Ravens, I haven't heard much rumored about the Ravens through this process.
Well, they just lost their center.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a center you would take at this spot, though.
No, I'm looking around. I don't see no. And I don't even think there's any lineman who you would even be able to
transition to that. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Center you could take in the second or third round. You rarely see centers in the first round anyway. Then if you do, it's late in the first round. Man, there's guys, man. He could trade up for Vega from Penn State, Freeland from Georgia now.
I think it's got to be, if you trade up, it's got to be Freeland.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it. Adam. It's not happening, but I'm waiting for it. Puka got a wicked combo better than, he's got something. Man, I'm just going to I'm not even finished that. Like the quarterback. Yeah. Imagine being, oh, man. Bazoo, the new draft day. K1, how we doing tonight? Hope you're well, my man. Hope you are well. I'm okay with Proctor not coming here. I'm okay with it. I'm good. I am good with that. So basically, the Giants, Adam Schefter tweeted this out. Basically, they traded Dexter Lawrence for Francis Moaga. I think it's a good trade.
That's a good trade, yeah.
Yeah, you get a young offensive lineman for a guy that did not want to be in New York anymore. Yeah, a couple teams right now are sitting pretty. If you're the Ravens or the Bucks right now, 14-15, there are so many options on the board you could go. There really is.
I can't think of what the Ravens need.
At this point,
they could go Bay. They could go Sadiq. I keep saying Sadiq Bey, the basketball player for the Pistons.
Sadiq Bey, yeah. If I'm the Ravens, I'm going offensive line. I'm going Bain, Freeland, or Vega here. If I'm the Ravens, I am. Maybe McCoy, the cornerback. That would be a little bit of a reach. Maybe they go safety. I don't know. I don't think the Ravens go Sadiq here, or Lemon, the wide receiver.
Likely left. Likely went to the Giants, and Andrews. He's
getting older.
He's getting older.
But they just gave Andrews what was it? They gave him a 3-year extension. It was a lot of money.
Extension? Okay.
Yeah, it was like 3 years, $55 million or something like that. They gave him a lot of money in an extension, so I doubt
their secondary room is. Their secondary though is pretty full too, though, aren't they? Their corners and safeties.
Their defense was supposed to be the best in football, and they were awful last year. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what you do there. I'm not sure. Just keep refreshing Twitter, waiting to see what happens next. Ahead of the TV. Why not, right? Why not beat the TV,
They probably don't even have to trade up now for Falk.
Who, Keldrick Falk? The Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles.
In theory, they probably don't have to. It just depends on what a team wants. You know what I mean? Like these teams, they get they get stir crazy. They get itch happy for a certain guy. I don't know who the Bills are going to select. I don't even know what the Bills need. Maybe the Bills will take a quarterback. But here's something for you. With Ty Simpson going to the Rams at 13, when there's so many teams that were talking about trading back, like Arizona, the Jets to select him, does that up Tanner McKee's trade value a little bit? Maybe the Cardinals and Jets are calling the Eagles right now. Be like, hey.
Yeah, you can make a trade. You can make a trade and not even have to give up the 23rd pick.
Ravens going Lemon, the wide receiver. I guess. I mean, you keep trying to give wide receivers to Lamar Jackson. Problem is, it never works. My man Joseph is in the house. What's up, my man?
Well, yeah, I guess they lost. They lost Hollywood Brown.
They did.
Well, no, he was with the Chiefs. Never mind. Yeah.
They draft a lot of mid wide
back?
receivers. They draft a lot of mid wide receivers in Dallas or in Baltimore. They've
Yeah,
never
they have
really
Flowers.
Yeah, they got Flowers still.
Flowers, Bateman, and what? Hopkins.
Luke is saying they took Vega, the Penn State guard.
Penn State there. All right.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. Absolutely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you got a guy like Derrick Henry, who you're going to be able to block for. Also, with the way that Lamar can run the ball, I think you have those two guys. It helps the offensive line because you have to play. Defenses have to play a certain way when that's your backfield. So, that's a good pick. Good for them.
The Ty Simpson thing just really, really shakes the draft board up a lot. They're showing it now.
For a team that usually doesn't have a first-round draft pick, as of late, or I shouldn't say that, doesn't really put a lot into, having draft picks and the need for them.
And I'm just seeing people talk about the East right now. The Giants with Reese and Moaga, Styles to the Commanders, and Downs to the Cowboys. Man, the NFC East defensively got so much better already. And we're only 13 picks into the draft. Damn, it's crazy. It's crazy.
We'll add to the already, what makes it tough. The Giants last season with the roster they had and I can't even pronounce the word, beat the Eagles. So now you're adding a little bit more talent to it, and you have a competent head coach who knows at least how to use the ingredients that he has. They don't always necessarily end up in Super Bowl wins, right? But like I said a few days ago, he's got plenty of playoff wins. He's got plenty of regular season wins. He knows how to use the ingredients that he's given. So those are the things that bother me, because the Giants have, if they can, stay afloat until Neighbors and the Scadaboo come back and they get healthy, if you can have some guys that just fill in and they can ride the wave. I mean, look what they just did in these first two picks. Those could easily be their Q and Coop, sort of draft where, holy shit, like, wow, okay. And now look at the division. That's already hard. You got to see that guy 2 times a year.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit, I just seen K1, Jeff McClain and Ed Kratz, Eagles beat reporters, just tweeted out that if Bain falls much further, expect Howie to jump up very soon to get him. Okay? I mean, he's still on the board at 15. Both the Bucks and the Jets at 15 and 16 have already talked about trying to fall back in this draft. Maybe Howie makes a move for the Miami edge rusher. I didn't even do research. Bain is one of those guys like Quinion Mitchell from a few years ago that I didn't even research because there was no way possible he was going to be available for the Eagles. So, yeah. Adam Schefter reported the Rams called Stafford today. Yeah, I did see that report just a minute ago as well, that they were going to try to draft him to be his replacement whenever it was. He's going to be a bench player if Stafford wants to play 1 more year or 5 more years. They drafted his replacement now. So Tyler Simpson is basically going to be Aaron Rodgers with the Packers, basically.
And what a great head coach to be able to just sit back and have no pressure your first year, just watch, and then
first
a quarterback.
2 or 3 years, maybe.
Yep.
Let's see what we got out here on the Twitterverse here. Oh man,
This is moving pretty good though.
yeah. I mean, we're halfway through the first round in an hour and a half. Whole draft might be over by 11:15 tonight. Normally it goes well past 12 o'clock the first round. We're only 9 picks away from the Eagles if they stay pat. I wonder what Howie Roseman's doing right now. Like, is he shaking? Is he like on speed right now?
How many phones do you think he has going off?
He's got 9 phones with 18 people working the phones.
How do you sleep after a night like this? From
he probably doesn't
or
sleep.
Even I was gonna say even until what, Sunday night. You finally,
exactly.
Yeah.
There's no sleeping for somebody like Howie Roseman. Not at all.
Probably got a nice couch though in his setup in his
he's
the
probably got a little
room.
something to, I wonder if there's any any NFL insiders that hanging out in the NovaCare complex for him to help de-stress a little bit. Howie's rubbing Nick's feet right now. Did you guys see the video of Howie and Nick doing the draft trivia? I shared it out on Twitter. They did for the Eagles like social media networks, like a 6-minute video answering draft trivia questions. It was the fun. Like they're like Abbott and Costello back there. They're like Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. Like their chemistry on screen together, it's hilarious. There's another Samoan right there. Another big ass family.
Look at that. They've had a few offensive linemen like Samoan in the past, haven't they? Or Islanders.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of guys falling right now. Right into that Eagles range.
This is the draft where that these guys, they just weren't worth it to some teams, where you're not going to, there's not going to be many of those guys that teams are going to be willing to pass up next year's draft is going to be, this might be a good college football season for you to pay attention to for the first time, in a little bit. Cause I know you're not a college guy, but
it's not that I'm not a college guy. It's just with the pizza shop and all, I had to put certain things on the back burner.
Yeah.
Watch everything, you know what I mean? But now I don't have a
Saturdays
pizza
is a
shop,
huge day for pizza when college football's on.
Exactly. I might be able to do it a little bit now. I also don't like the NIL situation. Bucks got Bain at 15. I'm shocked by that, to be honest with you, Luke. Shocked by that. I really thought that they would go Kenyon Sadiq there. That was a lot of the reports were that they liked him a lot there. So that's a little shocking to me if that's the case. You haven't been wrong yet. So
pick is in.
Yeah. What's up, Rick? How we doing tonight? I know you're getting ready for your show soon. Well, poop. I didn't think Bain was going to be there. I didn't think he was going to be there at 15. I thought he would be a top 10 pick. But now you got the Jets who want to trade back. Detroit is going to go offensive lineman. No doubt about it. So if Freeland's there, he's going to go at 17 to Detroit. So if you want Freeland, you're going to have to trade with the Jets. Otherwise, the Jets, so the Bucks take Bain. Maybe Lemon or Sadiq goes to the Jets. Freeland goes to Detroit. Man, still leaves a lot on the board. Still leaves a lot of quality players on the board.
Leaves Falk still be there?
Falk still there. Both safeties. Bunch of wide receivers. A lot of guys. Lomu, the Utah guy, is still out there. There's still plenty for the Eagles to work with here. It's possible.
I don't.
It's possible.
I don't allow the board. I go into the draft having a few guys who I really, really want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't go into the draft thinking, oh yeah, this person, what are the chances? A guy like Caleb Downs is going to be there at 11, sort of deal. Right. He was easily, I would say, a 5 to 8, 4 to 8, sort of guy. Mm-hmm. Do you let yourself get upset with how the board fell and who you could have got, even though, a guy like Falk, like I know you really wanted him, is still there and is an option?
It's not that I like Falk. I think Falk has flaws in his game. I do. I just think he's the best edge option within the price range, draft pick compensate. Like, out of all the options out there, he just makes sense for the Eagles. I believe strongly that the Eagles need an edge. So, McKee in a third for Marvin Harrison Jr.? Hell, screw it, Rick. How about McKee? Period. Just straight up for Marvin Harrison. The Cardinals wanted Ty Simpson. They missed out on him. Maybe they're desperate, Why not? Just do a straight up deal. Wide receiver first round? I mean, it's been on the possibility. You don't bring in someone like Omar Cooper for a top 30 visit if you are not at least interested a little bit or contemplating it. I mean, I agree. I doubt it as well, Luke, but they brought in multiple first-round wide receivers for top 30 visits, which you just don't do unless you're thinking about it. Luke is on the ball. Luke's doing a better job at me. Jets take Sadiq at 16, so that means offensive line at 17 to Detroit.
Feel bad for Sadiq.
Yeah, who's going to play quarterback for the Jets? Maybe Tanner McKay. It's always a young quarterback's best friend is always a tight end. All right, so I got the confirmation on Bain at 15. I see that now on Twitter. Not that I doubted you, Luke. I'm just got to go through my own process here too. Too much junk about Deanna Rossini clogging up my freaking Twitter feed right now. Come on, Eagles.
I would be okay with Monroe Freeling.
I don't want Tanner gone. I just want the Eagles to make. I don't want to lose Tanner for nothing, K1. You're not gonna. If Tanner leaves in free agency next offseason, it's not like he's gonna sign some massive contract that gets you a comp pick. You know what I mean? It's not like he's gonna sign an $80 million free agent deal and get you something good. Yeah, we picked up wide receivers, but no, yeah, exactly. I mean, Dontavian Wicks is a high-quality young wide receiver, but Brown and Elijah Moore are on very cuttable contracts. Replaceable, but cuttable. Not a lot of guaranteed money. There we go. Yep. Didn't they? I bet you Tampa Bay is like, oh, yeah, we really wanted Kenyon Sadiq. But Ruben Bain's still there on the board. How do we say no? You know? I bet you no one outside of the top 15 even interviewed Ruben Bain. You know what I mean? Like, just one of those moves that, oh, okay, he's there. I guess so.
Yeah, I agree with Wicks, or with Rick. Wicks is
good.
Wicks is a solid pickup. I think he is going to be good for Jalen in the red zone for the type of offense that I have a feeling, and I think everyone has a good feeling, that Mannion's going to run, quick release, short, intermediate sort of routes and everything. I think you already have someone like Goddard who's solid in the red zone. I think Wicks is going to be able to be that,
I'm
reliable dude for him in the red zone.
Kenyon Sadiq 16. You got to assume Freeland's going to the Lions at 17. Then you've got the Vikings, the Panthers, the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Chargers. They're the teams in front of the Eagles right now.
I think the Eagles got to try and get in front of the Cowboys here.
I think they do got to try. Do they trade with Carolina or Minnesota? Maybe. I mean, we're already talking to Minnesota about Grenard, so I don't know. So maybe we're already got a good working relationship with them.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, have they made trades with them in the past?
Yeah, Taiwan Walker. Who's Twan Walker? Who's Twan Walker that got released? But yes, Taiwan Walker released. It's about damn time. Yeah. I never wanted Sadiq, so that does not break my heart at all. At all. And I would be shocked, K1, if the Eagles went cornerback in the first round. Like, really, really shocked. I honestly, if the Eagles do not trade up to like pick 18 or 19 here, don't be shocked if they trade back the Eagles. Do not be shocked if they trade back.
I haven't given that a thought at all.
Wait that long, but do not be shocked by it. Seriously. A very high possibility that would happen. Yeah, Adam, this show's for the people, not for the channel growth, because there's literally like 975 live watch parties going on YouTube right now, just in the Philadelphia area, and probably times that by 30 across the country. There's thousands of watch parties, so this is for you guys to hang out with us. I would not be shocked if Howie's trading that pick. I would not be shocked, Adam. I already said that they could trade out of the first round. Acquire picks for next year. It is.
If he's going to trade the pick, hopefully he does it a little bit before it gets to the pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's already 9:45.
Yeah,
just trade the pick now, right?
What course are you playing on Monday? Or where's it at?
Radley Run Country Club in Westchester. I don't know. I've never been there before.
Oh, out Westchester. Okay.
Yeah, it's in Westchester. It's a private place. I've never been there, so not sure. It's for the elementary school my sister's kids go to. It's their, charity event to raise money for programs and whatnot. So then I played a couple weeks at DuPont for my sister's works one. But I'm going to be hanging out with my man John Kincaid again. He plays in it.
Nice.
Yeah. Trying to get paired with him. We'll see. I doubt it happens, but we'll see. Yes, we know they waived Walker. Why are we starting Requel opposite of Q? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It's not just that, K1. It's because they've got so much money soon tied up in cornerback. They're not going to spend big money or big assets on a third cornerback when there's so many other holes on this team. You don't need 3 first-round talent wide receiver or cornerback. You just don't. Sadiq's not there either. A lot of these guys, what's like the 4th or 5th guy? All right, Lions are on the clock. Lions picks already in because the telecast is behind. Blake Miller, Freeland Falls. Blake Miller, the Clemson tackle, going to the Lions. You knew they were going to draft the lineman. Well, there you go. Blake Miller's the guy.
Freeland's still there.
Freeland's there. If they like Freeland, they could trade up to get him now.
Yes.
Walker was in the bullpen last year, the last 2 years at times. I give mad credit to Taiwan Walker. He did what was necessary the last 2 years. When as starting, bullpen, whatever, he struggled, obviously. Didn't live up to the contract, but yeah.
Yeah, I would not have mind to see him come out of the bullpen for
bullpen sucks
a stretch for an inning. Yeah.
What would be a reach for Howie, Marshawn, with who's left on the board? I guess going safety right now would be a little bit of a reach. Man, Keldrick Falk's still there. Just get it done. Just make the move and get it done. We're only like 6 picks away from the Eagles being on the clock here. 5 picks. Let's get it done. I still don't like
change the
idea.
time for the second round and third and remaining rounds too.
What's that?
The time that they have to make their picks. Did they change that for the remaining rounds too?
I don't think so. It was just this round they changed.
Just for the okay.
Yeah, I think so. Oh no, yeah, it's all our fault that the Phillies suck. 100%, Marshawn. 1,000%. It's our fault that they suck. Has nothing to do with Dave Dombrowski or Rob Thomson at all. Not at all. Yeah.
Did you think it would be this bad?
What's that?
Did you think it would be this bad?
No, I thought they were still going to win 90 games and just collapse in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
I do know there are a lot of people that said 82, 83 wins and missing the playoffs. So some people thought it was possible.
I didn't see a stretch like this.
They got to go something like 40 games over 500 to get to last year's win total now. Like that's how bad it is. Jim, you're an idiot for thinking Sadiq was coming here. No, I'm just kidding with you, Jimbo. I just didn't want a tight end in that spot. That's all. Yeah.
A lot of people thought, though, if he was available this far, that teams would trade up for him.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles brought him in for a top 30 visit as well. You know what I mean? Again, when you can only bring in 30 guys for top 30 visit, and you want to bring them in from all different rounds, you spend 5 or 6 of those picks on first rounders. There's obviously some interest there, you know?
Yeah. I think a reach would be the safety from Oregon.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to trade up for him. If a team gets him before, oh well, but
100 losses, no playoffs. Phillies are tracking to 100 losses right now. That is for sure. Yeah. Another report, Eagles might trade back. It's possible. It is possible. Yeah. Lots of options, though, still for the Eagles right now. Ugh. I mean, all these commercials and interviews. I bet you Carolina I bet you the Eagles have already made their pick at 23, and they're just that far behind. Yeah. We already know the Vikings picks in. They haven't announced the Lions pick, but Luke's already got the Vikings pick in here on the board at Banks. Are you talking about Caleb Banks, the defensive tackle? That would be a massive reach at 18 for the Vikings if that's what they do. First defensive tackle off the board that early? Wow. That would be a reach. That would be one of the reaches that help the Eagles get what they want.
Makes you think, like, who's grading their guys and are whoever's like list that we're looking at. Like, if you're looking at ESPN, like, is their list bad? Are they bad at this?
So the Vikings, I'm seeing Fran Dunphy, who we love Fran Dunphy, smart ass dude. Vikings taking defensive tackle Caleb Banks, the assistant outside linebackers coach of the Vikings, was one of the assistant coaches at the Senior Bowl. So, like, you fall in love with a kid at something like that, and then you reach. Yeah, it's a massive reach. I didn't even know he only played 3 games due to an injury last year. Tanner Banks. Yeah, it's. Hey, Roger Goodell's got to do these Make-A-Wish things just not to get booed on stage. They should boo the Make-A-Wish kid for coming out with Roger Goodell. I'm just kidding.
Somebody is, though. There are a few people there going, hey,
Yeah.
Buh.
Yeah, you got to, right? Yeah. So much still
It
can
was
happen
pretty
here.
cool. Did you see the like ferry or the paddle boat ferry, whatever it was, that was shipping people over at the beginning of that was pretty cool to see. That was probably, I mean, if that's what's cool about it being in Pittsburgh, I mean, that's pretty shitty. But I did think that part was pretty cool.
Yeah. So the Eagles are 19. There's 4 picks to be made before the Eagles. Lemon from USC wide receiver on the board. Freeland, obviously on the board. The cornerback, McCoy, Mizador, Thiemann, McNeil Warren, Terrell, Boston, Cooper, Falk. There are so many names on the board. I don't even name half the offensive linemen there. Could Keldrick Falk really fall to the Eagles at 23? I'd be happy.
Out of the remaining wide receivers,
Freeland, but I want the edge, not the wide receiver.
Out of the remaining wide receivers, where do you rank them?
I watched a lot of film on Omar Cooper because he was the first guy they brought in for a top 30 visit, period. And I do like him. I really do like Omar Cooper. I think he is not going to be an A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, but he will be a great number 2.
Yeah.
A great number 2, I think, in the NFL. And unique great number 2s in the NFL. To be an elite offense, you got to have more than one weapon.
And the number 2 job is kind of up for grabs. If.
Is it really an if anymore? It's not an if anymore. It's happening.
I'm not a fan of Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Boston.
You got the Einekor guys on the board still, another offensive lineman. Like, there's not a peep in that crowd when they just said Caleb Banks' name. Not a peep.
Well, that's my favorite when they're zoomed in on the fans who are like decked out in their team's gear, anticipating like a certain pick, and then it's like, who? Who?
What? I'm like, what's up with that? Panthers got Freeland. Okay, so he's off the board. And I'm okay with that because I'd rather the edge hit the pick, Luke. That's it.
Wow, what a pickup for the Panthers.
I know, it's a great pick. Yeah. Freeland, help your young quarterback, your young offense. Again, they lucked out. This is falling very good for the Eagles.
You have Dowdell. Isn't that who they had? The Rico Dowdell, and then what's his face? McMillan as your receiver.
Mm-hmm. Get an offensive tackle that's going to protect them.
Yeah, because Bryce Young, I don't know how long he.
Luke is becoming the latest Adam Schefter for this show. He's going to be my Adam Schefter from now on. I got to link up with Adam after this here. So according to this, we're trading up with the Cowboys.
The 20?
I don't know. I don't see it's not on the board yet, and it's not anywhere I see on Twitter. I don't know where he's getting his information. He might just be the Adam Schefter of trending in the AM now. Still says Dallas
Eagles
on
get
the ESPN
20
broadcast.
and a 7th. Cowboys get the 23rd, 114th, and 137th pick. Eagles get
That's a lot to move up 3 spots.
Yeah, they get the 20th pick and then a 7th round pick. Yeah, there you go.
That's a lot to move up. 3 spots. I mean, whatchamacallit earlier in the draft didn't cost that much to move up from 9 to 6. Howie getting fleeced by the Cowboys here? You got to see. Hopefully it's for Falk. If you're trading that much, hopefully it's for Falk. There's none of the other offensive linemen I'd be. Freeland was there still, maybe.
Yeah, that's
Maybe it's the safety from Oregon, Dylan, maybe, but you're not trading all that for any of the – you're not trading all that for what's left in the offensive line.
Yeah. Unless the Cowboys knew that the Eagles wanted Freeland and knew that the Panthers were going to draft him and waited until the pick was in.
Yeah. The last time the Eagles traded, this is per E.J. Smith, the last time they traded with the Cowboys in the first round, or period, 2021, to take Devontae Smith. There we go. I don't know.
Hopefully it's not Lemon.
Yeah. I would be shocked if it was Lemon. I really would.
I would be happy with Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Just talent-wise, alone.
Yeah.
I know it's not necessarily a need, but boy, would the Eagles be wanting to go with the narrative of the wide receiver talk to continue with this offseason stuff, if that's the move.
I don't think it changes the talk at all. It doesn't matter. He's gone. We just all have to accept that. We have to accept that.
No, but you know what I mean? From now until it happens, it just increases the he's a weird cat.
Looks like, according to Luke, he hasn't let us down yet. They're taking the wide receiver, Lemon from USC, according to him. He was the number 1 wide receiver in the draft per ESPN.com. 10th overall player. He's a 5'11", 192 wide receiver.
89 grade.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they must have a lot coming for A.J. Brown.
Or do they know what type of offense they're trying to run, and they're about to give Hurts an abundance of
weapons,
options?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's part of it, for sure. It's another guy I haven't done any research on, Mekhi Lemon. Really haven't, which is interesting.
I think people were so weirded out by his interview and what was put out, the clips of it, that people didn't really think much of it for the on-field product. It was more of the, what the fuck was that sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a little let down by the pick of a wide receiver in the first round. I didn't think I'd be like that, but I'm a little let down by it. Am I wrong for feeling that way?
I think if it would have been a different receiver, you wouldn't be feeling this way.
No, I think when you're a trade up, if they would have stayed at 23 and gotten him, I would have been okay with it, I think. But trading up, paying the interdivision tax, yeah, I don't know. Not sure how I feel about it.
5'11".
Again, I don't know enough about him, to be brutally honest with you. Just one of those names that was never there. Place to contact, strength at the catch, reliable target, small hands. Dropped only 3 balls in 3 years in college.
He's going to have a good guy like Devontae to be able to
learn from.
Learn from.
Oh, I'm absolutely no. I just had my heart set, K1, on an edge rusher. I did. I really wanted edge as the target here. I did. I want to hear these F the Flyers chants. It's a good looking suit. You don't see the vest underneath the suit coat very often anymore.
I am a little behind you. Yeah, that's a nice suit.
Like 114 and 137 is a lot, but okay.
He's going to be expected to play right away, too.
Yeah. Is he a slot guy? Is he an outside guy? Yeah, best player available. Not just that, best player at a position in this draft class, some would say. Punt returner too.
Yeah, I can agree with what K1 just said. Yeah.
I think everybody's got to realize that A.J. Brown was going no matter what.
Look at that.
What?
Primary played defensive back is in freshman season.
Exactly, K1. We knew he was gone. This is not changing that at all.
Wow, think of that wide receiver room right now. Obviously, not everyone is going to make it, but I mean, you got even some guys who were injured and didn't even make it. You know who?
Johnny Wilson.
Just Cooper. Darius Cooper isn't seeing.
No, he might not
roster now. Yeah,
we did draft a wide receiver, Marshawn. We did.
Johnny Wilson.
Man. Hey, it is what it is. Again, I don't want it to be like K1 said that just because I don't know enough about him. I just thought the Eagles should go in a different direction. That's all it comes down to. And with the names on the board, I thought they would go in a different direction.
Yeah, so it makes you think what Howie and then the Patriots have in line.
We see this highlight footage here of this kid.
For the haul for AJ, if he gave up that much to trade with Dallas.
Wait, wasn't Nelson Aguilar a USC wide receiver too?
Yes.
Oh, so we got a lot of great experience with USC first-round wide receivers too. That was a good catch there. Lines up in the slot on this video. So you go inside and outside. Again, strong hands was the write-up on him.
Oh, interviewing the mom. Interviewing the parents. Haven't seen much of that. My dad is like, yes, go to Philly.
Brown's taking.
So he slots in. So he slots in instantly as your number 2.
Yep.
Hollywood, in theory, 3.
Now, Dontavian Wicks is 3.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Wicks.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a fight between Brown, Moore, and the guys who were 3 and 4, or I guess 4 and 5, really, last season. You know, Darius Cooper, Johnny Wilson when he comes back. So that'll be fun to watch, at least in preseason.
Marshawn, I don't think it was a reach. It was rated by some as the best wide receiver in the draft class that fell. It looks like he's a pretty solid player. Was Quez Watkins a USC guy too?
Wow, I didn't even know that.
I don't even know where he played. All right, graded A, B, C, D. You gave up 2 picks to move up 3 spots with the Cowboys. You got a wide receiver to replace A.J. Brown. Oh, on the roster, Quez Watkins. Yeah, no. He's on the practice squad. Yes, he is. He is still on the practice squad.
I give it an A- simply because of who you had to trade with. You had to trade with Dallas in order to get it done. You know? Yeah. But where he was projected, where he ranks and everything. I mean, what stands out to me was you said 3 drop passes, and then I saw on a graphic on the TV he played defensive back his whole
Mhm.
freshman year. And I think that just gives you, an advantage of what the defensive back is looking at, what the quarterback is looking for, all those sort of things. So yeah, he's going to be expected. We're going to be able to, we're going to see a lot of him. So we're going to be able to know pretty quick if it was a reach or not.
Yeah, John Kincaid's tweet was, I think, summing up why I feel let down right now. He basically said, Eagles got a great wide receiver who is the complete package. Floored they ignored the offensive line and gave up so much to move up with the Cowboys. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I think it's what they gave up, and it was with the Cowboys, and who was on the board, and what the other holes were. So that's where I'm at with it. Yeah, obviously, Drew. What's up, my man? Hope you're well tonight, my man. Steelers take him. It's a little high for him, but okay.
A lot of people thought of AJ and Devontae as 1A, 1B. So now a lot of those people are going to be able to see if he's going to live up to it. I think he can.
Is it really a position in need? Maybe, maybe not. I think O-line and I think edge and I think safety were a bigger position in need, K1. That's just me, but it was a position in need, not just the biggest need, I guess, is the right way to say it, in my opinion. All right.
I'm not upset with what they gave up because I think Howie knows what he's getting in the AJ trade already. So
I agree with that.
I think that had to play a part with it. I think more of it is just with those. You sat at the table, you sat at dinner table with those guys, and made a deal.
And it was going rookie on offense, which you got to get cheaper on offense. Get rid of A.J. Brown. You got this guy on a rookie deal for the next 5 years. Cheapens up the offense a little bit so you can pay those defensive players. It's not that I'm not happy. I'm more shocked, more surprised. No, I think there's a great edge rusher available.
It gives Hurts another weapon, like what
another excuse
Drew was saying. Well, he's essentially playing for a new contract.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So you already have the incentive of playing well because you're trying to get paid again. But now also the Eagles, the front office has to, hey, look, we gave you another tool to be able to use so you can go prove to be able to, hey, and that money, you're not going to have to go out and pay another wide receiver. You're not, you're going to eat that money with AJ and everything like that. But the quarterback is going to be a place where you're going to have to pay. So that's a good point where you don't have to pay that position for quite some time. And you got 3 mid-tier, wide receivers that you don't need to expect anything. If Hollywood gets hurt, all right, more. It's your turn. If, Wicks gets hurt, it's, hey, Hollywood, we need you. Because Hollywood did. He played, I think, 14, 15 games last season. But he's a guy who can go get you 500, 600 yards for sure, if need be, if, filling in.
I'm going to give you a good one. Zach Berman just tweeted something out. This is Howie Roseman's trend lately. So Lemon was on, depending on which board you look at, the 12th or 13th rated player, period, in this draft. And we got him at 20, right? Over the last 5 years, every first-round pick, Jahad Campbell last year was 16th on the big board. We got him at 31. Quinion Mitchell was 15th on the big board. We got him at 22. Jalen Carter was 4th. We got him at 9. The only one, Devontae Smith was 8th on the big board. We got him at 10. The only player we drafted, early was Jordan Davis, who was 15th on the board, and we got him at 13. So 5 of our last 6 first-round picks fell way past where they were expected to be, and all of them have been very good to great players. So that's Howie's trend. Howie's trend is finding guys that fall that are elite talents and just getting them no matter what their position is. And that's what you're going to hear Howie say. That's what you're going to hear him say tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday when he speaks on the draft picks. he's going to say, we got a guy that is an extreme talent that fell down the board, basically.
We couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it.
We couldn't believe it.
You're going to see a video of Howie soon in the board, in there talking like that.
Do you think Pittsburgh goes and would have drafted Lemon to pair with Metcalf?
Yeah, but they don't have a quarterback either, so I don't know. Maybe
But even better, you have a young wide receiver core to at least look competent for a whatever quarterback that would have been there. Who Will Howard right now? I don't think would the Chargers have drafted him.
Lane Johnson's tweeting out about it. He just tweeted a lemon emoji, and that was it. What's AJ Brown going to tweet about it? Question is,
they got to make a nice lemonade drink now and name it after him.
Yeah, exactly. Look, the AJ Brown drama. There is no drama anymore. AJ Brown's been gone. I'm over it. This is because this has nothing to do with AJ Brown, in my opinion. Honestly,
this would be a perfect time for AJ Brown to break his silence.
Yeah, say, hey, I love it. Can't wait to work with you, big guy. Could you imagine
just a lemon
supported him? Mizador going ahead of Falk at 22 to the Chargers.
It would be great if AJ Brown had like a cryptic tweet saying, when life gives you lemons, you make you make lemonade or whatever, something stupid like that.
Man, that would totally be his thing.
It would.
Yeah, look, I know the media's going to talk about it, but I'm going to ignore it. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about it. I'm not.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. That's all. All it did was just, the fire was kind of going out. Boom. Here you go. A little bit more fuel for the conversation. Because all it does is just change the conversation a little bit, but the topic is still, AJ's leaving.
Yeah, your lemon juice jersey, yeah. Howie already probably talked to AJ about this, like the Rams did with Matthew Stafford, probably. Yeah, exactly. Oh, well. I again, still 2 fourth-round picks. It seemed expensive, but I'm excited. I know it doesn't show it, but I'm excited. I'm starting to convince myself. I'm starting to convince myself that it works.
Since he's going to be the number 2, we all know he's going to be the number 2. What does he need to produce on the field for you to be okay with the haul that they gave to get for him? Yeah. How many yards, roughly? How many touchdowns?
I don't think that matters, really. I wouldn't look at it like that. I would just look at what does the offense look like as a whole with him here. You know what I mean? Like,
does he fit in?
There's still so many question marks with this offense. Here's how I'll say it. If the offense is struggling because Lane Johnson gets hurt and we don't have a right tackle to fill in, or if the team as a whole is struggling because the edge is a mess again and our defense isn't good and we could have grabbed an edge there, I'll look at it more, what could we have gotten that would have helped the team in a struggle. But if our team's successful, if everybody stays healthy next year, then it'll be great no matter what he does. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's tired. Dude, we're working on 5 hours of live streaming today, man. I'm exhausted, all right? What's up, Vaslak? How you doing, my man? Yeah, exactly. Mannion, the Green Bay Packers love a lot of number 2 and 3 wide receivers. So, yeah. All right, we'll hang around here for a few more minutes, see if anybody else has any comments, and then maybe we wrap it up since the Eagles are done here. Just keep going through Twitter.
There's no way they trade back in.
Yeah, as soon as I go off the air, they'll trade back into the first round for sure. Absolutely. Can't believe Mizador went before Falk. That's something that's shocking. Both safeties are still on the board. Wow.
If if Falk is
Romeo
there,
Utah still on the board. Wow.
when does here
There's a lot of quality talent still on the board right now, to be brutally honest with you.
where's the screen that I need? Here we go. All right, pick 31.
Okay.
If Falk is still there at 31,
There's no way he falls to 31.
Let's just say does Howie go, hey, I want this year's first round pick for AJ?
Nope. I told you, there's nobody good enough for that. I'm going to really cry if Falk goes to the Cowboys here at 23. That will annoy me. But yeah.
Yeah, because that
would be the guy.
Between them and the
players.
Giants, and then what the Commanders have done. Yeah, shit.
Oh, the Nelson Aguilar draft.
Yeah, I guess it is.
The Nelson Aguilar USC draft was not Howie Roseman. That was Chip Kelly, according to Jeff McClain. So just throwing that out there. So I already brought that up once, but
so don't put the ties. Yeah,
don't tie the two of them together there.
Try not to.
Yeah. I love how who's this? James Simone. I thought he was somebody else. The Eagles wide receiver room. And he has AJ Brown on the list. AJ Brown's gone. Come on. Let's just assume and know and get over with it. Move on from it.
Are they even able to discuss like details of what a trade would look like?
I have no idea. Oh man. I can't get off of Twitter right now. Just trying to find the information on different things right now. That's all.
I think he might, to answer Adam's question.
What's that?
I think he might.
That'd be crazy. There you go. I had a second round grade on Malachi Lawrence. Man, Lawrence and Mizador going before. Wow. Wow. The question is, how desperate do you think Howie feels? That determines to me if he would move back in. I don't think Howie ever plays a desperate game, ever. I like
this,
Lawrence.
But seeing this just makes me think that what is it about Falk that is having him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fall over all these other.
Yeah. There's still a lot of players ahead of him on the big board, too. You know what I mean? You still got both safeties. Mm-hmm. You got two great cornerbacks, couple wide receivers. Yeah. You still got the Utah offensive tackle still out there. Their names out there. Interesting.
You got the edge from Missouri, who I could easily see getting picked.
And there's
over him.
Only 8 or 9 more picks left in the first round.
Let's see how
Cleveland I doubt how he falls this. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Malachi Lawrence is going to be a good player. I don't think that was a right spot to take him.
Yeah.
Howie's never desperate.
Dallas couldn't handle having 2 first-round picks. They got one right.
They got one right. They rushed the second one. Yeah. I feel less bad about the trade with that being their pick. So
that's where Jerry wishes he had those extra 2 minutes. He's like, shit, I'm used to having 2 extra minutes. Where'd they go?
He would have fucked it up even worse if he had 2 more minutes. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up. Steven, you got any final thoughts here before we wrap this baby up?
A minus. I'm sticking with it. I think that's what. Yeah, and A in my book was always good. So I think he's a player who instantly is going to be able to contribute, and we're going to be able to see. It'd be cool. Be interesting to see
Yeah.
what number. Does he take 11? What was
That would be
what was
funny
he
if he
in?
did.
What was he in college?
I don't even know, but
I didn't even pay attention.
yeah, I wasn't number 6 in college. I just saw it. Sorry.
6. Okay,
Number
so
6.
it can't be that.
Yeah. You know, hey, it is what it is. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited. OTAs are here in 4 weeks, so love it.
Get you ready for the rest of the picks now. Get you ready for the rest of the picks.
Browns took Casey Conception. There you go. All right. Hey, no problem, Adam. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. For a little bit or for the whole thing. Bills are going to go Falk. That's a possibility for sure. Yeah, number 6.
He was 6. Okay.
Get hype. Get hype all you want. It's 10:30. It's past my bedtime. I am normally in bed at this time of the night, to be brutally honest with you. All right, we're going to see what I do later
Ready for
this
dessert?
weekend. There won't be a show tomorrow morning, but I'm going to try to do a show tomorrow night or Saturday morning. I'm not sure when. We'll recap this draft in the next 24 to 48 hours. But guys, like, share, subscribe. For Steve, I'm Phil. That's right. Go Flyers. God damn. Let's get another win.
Then we'll be back Tuesday with the Cadillac.
The Cadillac. A
new event. New event.
Hey, what kind of puns can I have for the Cadillac? There's quite
some
a
good
few.
ones.
Yeah, I got some puns
Yeah.
for that event. I've been working on the puns on that one. All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk later. Good night to y'all. Go Birds. Go Flyers. Bubbles up.